Hey Falcons fans! The cracks are widening, and what was once just frustration is quickly becoming a full-blown crisis inside the Falcons organization. A stunning revelation during a routine press conference has exposed a deeper issue, one that goes beyond play calling or stats. It's a story about silence on the sidelines, missing leadership, and a young star left to figure it all out alone. What's really going on behind the scenes in Atlanta? Stick around, because what you're about to hear might change the way you see this entire season. So click the like button and come with me. Raheem is officially out. That's the reality in Atlanta right now, and for many Falcons fans, it's a decision that feels overdue. The situation came to a head not with an official team announcement, but with the shockwaves of Michael Penix Jr.'s recent press conference, where his brutally honest words unintentionally painted a picture of total dysfunction inside the Falcons' locker room. When asked if he had any support on the sidelines, any quarterback coach, fellow QB, or even his head coach he could lean on during difficult in-game moments, Penix's answer was a flat-out no. His only emotional lifeline, he said, is his fiancée. Not Zach Robinson. Not DJ Williams. Not Kirk Cousins. And certainly not Raheem Morris. That one-word answer, no, did more damage than any loss this season. It exposed a failing infrastructure. A young quarterback, only 11 starts into his career, admitted that the only support he receives comes from his college and high school coaches who text him advice from afar. That is nothing short of an indictment of the staff Raheem Morris put together. And yes, that includes Zach Robinson, who calls the plays. That includes TJ Yates, the passing game coordinator. And that includes DJ Williams, the supposed quarterback's coach. These are the men who were brought in to mold and support the future of the franchise, and they have done nothing to show they're even attempting to do that. Morris himself tried to deflect the criticism by saying he had a conversation with Penix about being too hard on himself. That's it. That's the support the head coach is offering to his rookie quarterback, who is struggling to keep his head above water in a season that already feels lost. Penix is completing less than 60% of his passes. He's thrown for just over 800 yards, and while his touchdown-to-interception ratio is decent at 9-3, his passer rating is below 90. These aren't catastrophic numbers, but they're trending in the wrong direction, and the reason isn't just on the player. It's the environment he's been dropped into. This isn't an isolated situation. The signs of instability are all over this team. You mishandle a wide receiver situation like you did with Ray McCloud, you fire Ike Hilliard, one of the only respected coaches on the staff, by week 3, and then Kirk Cousins himself requests a trade before the deadline. That's a backup quarterback saying he wants out before the season's even close to finished. That's not just noise, that's a scream from inside the building that something's seriously wrong. And then you look at the usage of key players. Bijan Robinson, one of the most dynamic offensive weapons in the league, has had exactly one goal line carry all season. 1. That stat caused literal laughter in the chat sports office. These are the decisions being made by the offensive coordinator Zach Robinson. It doesn't feel like NFL-level coaching. It feels like high school ball, and not the good kind. Penix may not be blameless. He's got issues to clean up. He's stone-footed in the pocket. He bails on plays only 9.4% of the time, which ranks him near the bottom of the league in that category. That means he's not escaping when he should, and he's getting hammered for it. Worse, he's been atrocious against the blitz. His PFF grade is a league-worst 39 when facing pressure. That's not just bad, it's dead last. For comparison, Bo Nix, who's also struggling, still manages a grade near 48. Penix is getting eaten alive, and no one on staff seems capable of helping him improve. These aren't small issues. These are career-defining problems for a young quarterback, and right now, the staff is doing nothing to fix them. We've seen this story before. Quarterbacks buried early by bad coaching, only to revive their careers elsewhere. Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, Baker Mayfield. The danger here is the Falcons bailing on Penix too soon, when the real failure lies in the staff that was supposed to elevate him. This team lacks structure, lacks accountability, and lacks intensity. Whether they win or lose, everything just feels flat. No passion, no urgency, just a quiet slide into irrelevance. And now, here we are. If the Falcons lose to the Panthers on Sunday, especially if it's a blowout like last time, someone will be fired. That's almost a guarantee. Whether it's Morris, Robinson, or someone else, the pressure is mounting and the time for patience is over. Fans are fed up. There's a difference between losing and simply not trying. And what Penix revealed, intentionally or not, is that no one is trying to help him succeed. That's worse than bad coaching. That's abandonment. So now I ask you, Falcons fans, how do you feel about this? What do you make of Michael Penix Jr. admitting he has no on-field support from his coaching staff? And that brings us to the harshest truth of all. The Atlanta Falcons are not just dealing with underperformance, they're dealing with a leadership void. When your franchise quarterback, a first-round pick, a player you've invested your future in, openly says he has no one on the sidelines to turn to, that doesn't just reflect a lack of game-day support. It reflects a systemic failure in how this team has been built and managed. Let's talk about accountability. Where is it? Raheem brought in this staff. He handpicked Zach Robinson to call plays. He chose DJ Williams to coach the quarterbacks. He brought in TJ Yates for the passing game. And yet, 11 games in, the offense is a mess. The communication is broken. The development pipeline is non-existent. If Penix is relying on college coaches from back home to fix his footwork or help diagnose his reads, what exactly is this NFL coaching staff doing all week? We're watching in real time as a young player gets lost. Not because he lacks talent, but because no one is helping him navigate the transition to pro football. The Falcons are 2024's version of the Chicago Bears from a year ago. Remember what happened there? The dysfunction reached such a peak that they fired a coach mid-season for the first time in franchise history. It feels like we're knocking on that door in Atlanta now. And this isn't just about Michael Penix Jr. The ripples of this chaos are affecting the entire locker room. When your quarterback feels isolated, the team feels it. When veterans like Kirk Cousins are asking for trades, it sets off alarms. When offensive stars like Bijan Robinson are barely being used in the red zone, it destroys momentum and morale. It all connects. A struggling young quarterback. Poor play calling. A detached coaching staff. Discontented veterans. And now, public cracks in the locker room chemistry. We've reached the point where even a close win over Carolina might not be enough to save someone's job. And if it's another loss, there will be consequences. Because fans aren't just watching the games anymore, they're listening to the pressers. They're hearing Penix. They're connecting the dots. This fan base is smart. You don't need to be inside Flowery Branch to understand that something is off. The question now becomes, who takes the fall? If you fire Morris, does that fix the development issues? If you move on from Robinson, is there even a contingency plan in place? Are there capable voices left in the building who can stabilize this team and salvage Michael Penix Jr.'s rookie year? That's what's at stake now. Not just wins and losses, but a quarterback's future, the credibility of a front office, and the trust of an exhausted fan base. So once again, Falcons fans, I turn it over to you. What do you want to see happen next? Who do you think should be held accountable? Drop your takes below. And don't forget, if you want more exclusive updates, deeper dives, and no-fluff coverage of your team, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit that like button, and click on the video right here on the screen. Go Falcons!